Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Unacademy. So today we are going to discuss about system approach. System approach, paper 1, unit 2. So just look at this. This is your syllabus. This is your syllabus of paper 1, section A, unit 1. Where we have completed classical, scientific management, bureaucratic, human relation, behavioral approach, and today we are going to discuss about system approach. Okay, so understand basically system, what we call a system. This is an organization. This is an organization. We can call it system. A human being, a human body, we can call it as a system. A house, a family, we can call it as a system. So we can call system anything. Your body, human body, it is a system. It is a system, and I can prove it that everything what we discuss of system approach is related to your human body. It is a home. You, your parents who are staying in a home, it is also a system. A organization, be it a government organization or a private organization, these are system. So based on this we will discuss, but why I saw this, these theorists, the classical and behavioral theorists, their idea you need to relate in this approach, system approach. Whenever you got a question on system approach, you need to write the answer on the basis of this classical, human relation and behavioral theorist. How you relate this, we will discuss that. So these are the theorists. Already we have discussed about this classical group of theorists and human relation and behavioral group of theorists. So in system approach, there is a term called open system, there is a term called closed system. So all this classical approach you can call as closed, and the human relation and behavioral you can call as open system. So how this is called a closed and open system, we will discuss. So again, just consider organization is a system. So be it a classical organization and behavioral organization, every organization you can call a system. So from that we discuss system approach, closed system, open system. So all these things. So the classical group of theorists, you can call them closed, just try to understand, and the human relation behavioral we can call them open. So whenever you write a question on system approach, you can write that the classical idea or the idea of Taylor, Friel, Gully, Irving, Max Weber, Follett or Max Weber, they belong to closed. So now you will give, you can have a question that bureaucracy, which you people want to join. So this is a bureaucracy. Is it closed or open? So it may be a question arise on your mind. So basically bureaucracy was a closed system, but the government is trying to open it up. So what we discuss in Max Weber bureaucracy theory, the negative aspect of bureaucracy is it is a closed system, and the solution is make it open. When you open bureaucracy, it will be more helpful to people rather than a closed system. Got my point? So in this way system approach can be related in bureaucracy. So again, one clue, whenever you write the answer of Friel, Gully, Orbig, Weber, so write down that while writing the criticism, you can give it as a criticism that these are closed system. Those are closed system. Those systems are criticized because these are closed in nature. So what you read in the system approach, that a closed system is going to destruction, you can relate in those. And when you write answer of Mayo, McGregor, Likert, Argenis, Bernard, Simon, Maslow, Hosberg, or basically McGregor, Likert, Argaris, Bernard, Mayo. You write that these are open system. These are going to stabilize and not destroy. So these are some criticism of the classical theorist. You know, just relate this. Next. So system approach is very important because all theorists, be it classical or behavioral, can be studied under its perspective. So how they can be studied, we will discuss. The classical are closed system and behavioral are open system. You need to understand some words of system approach which can help you get hold of it. So I will explain each and every word of system approach and all your doubt will be clear today. So I am just giving you an example. Suppose this is an organization. Two organization. Okay. Suppose this is boundary. This is the boundary of the organization. And this is environment. Same, this is environment. And this is the organization. This is the boundary. This is permeable boundary. This is non-permeable boundary. So there is no interaction of the organization with environment. But here the organization constantly interacting with the environment because it is a open system. It is not a closed system. A closed system, organization cannot interact with the outside environment. So organization is unaware about what happened. Suppose you are just consider you appended as a video. You appended as a video. You appended as a video. Just I am describing what is bureaucracy. System approach in bureaucracy. So as a video, if your organization, your blog administration is closed, that means you are not interacting with the common people. You don't know the actual ground scenario. You limit to the office boundary, to the office premise. So we can call it is closed system. You never visit outside world. You never interact with people. No citizen can come and interact with you. There is no scope. What my point? So we can call it is a closed system. But here you are again a video. But what happened? You let people come. You let idea flow. You interact with people. You go outside the premise of this office. You want to know the problem of people. People can come to you and give their suggestion. They discuss with you about their problem. So we can call it is a open system. And this is a closed system. So bureaucracy itself is not promoting closed or open system, but yes, we can criticize the Weberian bureaucracy is basically a closed system, but we or the government move it towards a open system. So now as a bureaucrat, as a future bureaucrat, you will be promoted or you will be encouraged to behave like a open system. You should manage a open system. So this is system approach. We will discuss just some information for you. So there is a mains GS mock test going on by Purushottam Mishra sir, which will helpful for your mains preparation. And this is the 7th batch of Samiksha OCS Foundation batch. Already 6 batch are there. So it is the 7th batch by Unacademy. So you can attend all these batches. And this is the 4th batch of ASO Secretariat. So anyone want to prepare any of your friend, you can suggest him. There is a daily T20 GS test series every day at 7:30 p.m. And about me, I have more than 5 years experience in teaching public administration. I have appeared in UPSC CSE mains, OCS interview. And what should be your approach to study public administration? Just remember the syllabus and understand interrelation between different units. Read some unit of paper and paper 2 together. What are those units? I will told you. just 1 second. I am not clear about system approach. Okay. No problem. So analyze the previous year question and read the chapter and make structural note for quick revision. So this is the book I have written, which contain both paper 1 and paper 2, complete syllabus, previous year question paper, model answer, long and short, and second ARC. So introduction of system approach. System is some sort of order. It is a particular entity which is self-sufficient in nature. A system is a particular entity which is self-sufficient in nature. Any system, suppose organization is a system. It is a particular entity. It is self-sufficient in nature. It is an integrated whole, complete in itself, and interdependent part. There are interdependent parts. A human body. If we consider human body as a system, there is interdependent part or organ of your body. All are interdependent in each other. They are integrated whole. Your body is an integrated whole. Every organization, be it government bureaucracy. Government bureaucracy, it is a system. So it is a self-sufficient in nature. It help each other, every department. So secretariat, government secretariat, district administration, block administration, whatever you discuss, all are self-sufficient and interdependent part. Be it the state government, different ministry, different department, all are a integrated whole. So you can call a government of Odisha as a system. All units and part of the system stay in equilibrium. So there is a system and subsystem. So if you call the whole world, whole universe as system, then countries are subsystem. Like if you call India as a system, different states are subsystem. If you take into account a state, Odisha, as a system, different districts are subsystem. If you consider a district is system, block are subsystem. So every district is interrelated to each other. Every state of India is interrelated to each other, and in a district, every block are interrelated to each other. So they maintain a condition of equilibrium. So next. So system approach, it may be asked as a 20-mark question. So in introduction, you write in 50 word. So you write about system. What is a system? Give example of world, India, different state, different block. And in the body, we will discuss that public administration is influenced by the thought of system approach. Be it the thought of classical approach or behavioral approach. Okay, so what are the characteristics of system? Organization, where arrangement of component to achieve a objective. So we consider a private organization or classical organization. Take an example of classical organization where there is manager, employee, all are working. What is their aim? To achieve objective. And what is the classical organization objective? Profit. Classical organization objective is profit. Interaction, communication between different parts. So we discuss in classical and behavioral approach that every organization there is an interaction. Suppose this is government of Odisha. There is interaction between agriculture ministry with finance ministry, home ministry, every ministry. So there is a interaction. In your body also there is interaction between different parts. Interdependence, each part depend on other. So every organization different part. In government of Odisha, each ministry depend on other ministry. Agriculture ministry cannot function without finance ministry, or finance ministry cannot function without home ministry. In your body also, every part is dependent on each other. And there is integration, means synthesis between different parts. If different parts are not working coordinate manner with each other, the system will fail. So this is the characteristic of system approach. It is an organization where different components are arranged to achieve a particular objective. Interaction, communication between different parts should be there. Interdependence, each part is dependent on other. Integration, synthesis between different parts. That is integration. Like in your body, your hand-eye coordination, this is integration. Every organization, be it government or private, integration is very much important. Element of a system. What are the elements of a system? Input, output, processor, control, feedback, environment, boundary and interface. So consider this is an example. This is an organization. So we can call organization a system. So input and output. Input, what is comes to the organization from outside. Information, what is go outside of the system. This is output. So organization takes something and give out something. So it is input, output. Processor, organize process information. Every organization process some information or process something to give the output. For example, a private company process raw material and give you finished good. A government organization process information, come out with welfare measures for public. So this is output. Control mechanism. The organization should control over the output. It gets the information, it processes it, and it releases the output. Feedback. Feedback means from public. So a welfare measures, whatever welfare government carried out, it must have a feedback. This is feedback. So feedback will improve the input system, boundary and interface. So every organization has a boundary. We can call this as a boundary. It is a boundary of organization. And in this boundary, this is the interface where citizen interact with administration. So if it is a closed system, that citizen cannot interact with the administration, and if it is an open system, citizen can interact with administration. So element of system, input, output, processor, control, feedback, environment, boundary and interface. L. Barthelme said, is a theorist. He said, the entire system approach is based on principle of interdependence. The system approach is not exactly focusing on equilibrium but focus on dynamic equilibrium. So just try to understand what is that equilibrium and dynamic equilibrium. Organization, this is environment. Environment impact over the organization and the organization face challenge. For example, take the example of COVID-19. COVID-19, real example. So COVID-19 is a environmental problem. It has impact over the organization, and if organization is closed, it cannot sustain. If organization is open, it can sustain the COVID-19 challenge. So a organization which sustain COVID-19 challenge, that means it maintain a equilibrium with the problem. It is organization, COVID-19 challenge, and organization want to sustain. So organization focus on the equilibrium. That means maintaining with the outside environment. So what is dynamic equilibrium? That this maintenance will continue. I'm just giving an example. You are standing here. You are standing here. There is a stone through towards in your direction. If you are a closed system means you not interact with the outside environment. You are unaware about the outside problem. What happened? The stone hit you and you will die. Same, you are a organization which is a open system. So you knew a stone is coming, and what you just bend. You just bend and let the stone flow over you. So got my point? So if you are a rigid organization, if you are a closed system, the chances that you will face failure. You cannot sustain or survive with the outside problem, outside environmental problem. So system approach is not exactly focusing on equilibrium but focus on dynamic equilibrium. That means maintaining equilibrium for a long time is dynamic equilibrium. So there are different type of system: physical or abstract system, open and closed system. Open system who interact with the environment, closed system who not interact with the environment. So there are 5 characteristics of an open system. Just consider this is a open system where it can interact with the environment. Input from outside. So this is input from outside. Entropy, positive entropy, integration, negative entropy, disintegration. So try to understand. Entropy means a situation where organization is starting disintegrate. Entropy, when organization start disintegrate, every organization, it is a natural tendency to disintegrate. Positive entropy is disintegration. Here positive is negative. That means you establish an organization and it start destroying, it start decaying. Simple example, you put an apple on outside. So after some days the apple start decaying or disintegrating. That is positive entropy. So when you keep the apple inside a refrigerator, the disintegration process stop. So a closed organization move towards disintegration or positive entropy. A open organization move towards negative entropy or integration. Got my point? So every organization should be open. Every organization should be open so that it can move towards positive, negative entropy integration. Next is process, output and cycle. Differentiation, specialization. Every organization should focus on specialization. Equifinality. What is equifinality? We have discussed in administrative behavior. This is you, this is your goal, OS. There are many paths to achieve the goal. This is equifinality. So you take one path depending upon a circumstances. This is equifinality. Homeostatic or cybernetics. It is a phenomenon with which a system attains a new state of equilibrium. This is homeostatic. Organization face outside challenge, it attain equilibrium, it continue with the equilibrium, that is known as homeostatic or cybernetic. Next, closed versus open model. According to theoretical interpretation, the system can be divided into two parts. Closed system, that is classical, theory X, mechanical, rigid. So theory X, managerial philosophy, it is job center supervision is focused. It is rigid organization. Open, behavioral, theory Y, organic, adaptive, flexible. So bureaucracy, if we consider about bureaucracy, earlier bureaucracy was a closed organization. After 1947 till the 90s, it was behave as a what? Closed organization. But after 90s, the concept of LPG, new economic policy, which is interpretation of new right philosophy. LPG, after that citizen charter, RTI, IT, e-governance. So all these things have opened up the closed bureaucracy. So you need to give those examples. So conclusion, we need to write down about contingency approach. What is contingency approach? System and contingency. An advanced version of system approach is known as contingency approach. Alvin Toffler, Warren Bennis. You use these theories while writing criticism of Weber. So criticism of Weber. So Alvin Toffler said it is not bureaucracy but advocacy which can solve the contemporary problem in society. Not bureaucracy which is rigid but advocacy. So he said that bureaucracy is a closed system, so it cannot face the current problem in society, contemporary problem in society. So we need a open system. Warren Bennis, he said organic adaptive structure is more suitable than bureaucratic structure. So organic adaptive structure, organic, human being, lively. He said, Warren Bennis said, bureaucracy should be organic adaptive and not rigid. A organic adaptive structure can adjust with the outside, adjust with its surrounding. It will adopt change. What my point? So instead of rigid closed bureaucracy, Alvin Toffler said we should focus on advocacy, and Warren Bennis said organic adaptive structure. So difference between system approach and contingency approach. It focuses primarily on interdependence and interaction among subsystems. Contingency system emphasizes the impact of environment on an organization's design and its authoritative hierarchy. It concerns with internal environment, the subsystem of said organization. It focuses primarily on influence from external environment. Just one second. It primarily focuses on influence from external environment. System approach treats all organizations same. Organization taken as their own unique entity, separate business place dependency accordingly. Interaction between organization and environment constantly change, the system approach said. But contingency approach said environment impact on organization structure and authoritative structure is the major concern. Approach provide a theoretical model. Contingency approach suggests practical solution. It doesn't discredit any of the classical principle of management. This approach rejects the blind application of classical principle of management. So this is all about system approach and contingency approach. So this is for today. Tomorrow we will meet. We discuss about some principle of organization. Okay. So goodbye.